Now, NWCN teams up with 710 ESPN Seattle to give you live coverage of Draft Day 2012. Here's Paul Sylvie.
It is 4:59 Pacific time, and welcome to our team coverage of this year's NFL Draft. We're bringing you local coverage of the picks with 710 ESPN Seattle live at the VMAC in Renton. The Seahawks hold the 12th pick in the first round, but some say they might trade back to acquire more picks. There's already been some rumors about New England jumping up and giving Seattle the 27th and 31st picks in the first round. This is the third draft under head coach Pete Carroll and GM John Schneider. They did well in their 2010 debut, drafting Earl Thomas and Russell Okung that year. Last year, they surprised the experts, taking James Carpenter, who struggled early in his rookie season and then tore his ACL just as he was starting to improve. Let's head out to the VMAC now and pick it up with 710 ESPN Seattle.
On the edge of the table as well. And rock star Bob Stelton from 710 ESPN Seattle. I'm Kevin Calabro. He is Chris Egan. Stelton and Wyman, and welcome to the NFL Draft. Already a bit of business done today. Mike Holmgren. You know him pretty well. Sure. You know the Walrus. He's running the show there in Cleveland, making sure that he gets the number 3 pick. He flip-flops with Minnesota. It is 4-3, and to do so, he gives Minnesota the 4th, the 5th, and the 7th round draft choice held by the Browns. You like it?
I like the move.
Okay.
Obviously, I think he's going after a running back, but we're focused, obviously, here, Kevin, on the Seahawks and what they're going to be doing.
Oh, are we?
On all these mock drafts.
No, wait a minute.
Nobody cares about that. What are you talking about?
Am I the
Bob Stelton from 710 ESPN Seattle, Brock Hewitt, and Dave Wyman here, simulcast on 710 ESPN Seattle and NWCN. Now let's move quickly to the number 8 pick, the Miami Dolphins.
Pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Ryan Tannehill, quarterback, Texas A&M.
Well, they've got a stable of quarterbacks down in Miami now. Matt Moore and, of course, David Garrard. They've got veterans ahead of him, and he can do exactly as Mel Kiper was suggesting. Sit there for a year or 2 years. A guy that's only been a quarterback at A&M for, what, a year and a half and change.
19 games, 12-7 as a starter. Warren Moon, Damon Heward last night at that dinner would have loved to have been a quarterback coming out of school in today's day and age, where you see, I think, tremendous reaches. Christian Ponder was a reach at 12 last year. I thought Jake Locker was a reach at 8 a season ago to Tennessee. I think this kid is a tremendous reach at number 8 with 19 games under his belt, 12 wins, a number of real issues, you heard Mel Kiper just say decision-making was problematic. And I think a real question of whether he can be a franchise galvanizing quarterback, and to take him at number 8.
I love it.
It is
I love that the Dolphins just took him. I love that because I didn't want the Seahawks sitting there. If everything we had heard about Pete Carroll watching his workout, and the quote was he was giggling like a schoolgirl, and Peter King saying, mark this down. If he's there, the Seahawks will take him. I didn't want them faced with that decision. So I love that Tannehill went to the Dolphins because I have yet to hear one person, one expert, one analyst, one former quarterback gush over this guy.
You thought Schneider was going to give in to the urge, didn't you?
I had that fear. I don't know if it was real what we were hearing, but I had that fear, but now we don't have to worry about it.
Did you buy that, Brock? Did you buy that the Seahawks would be taking him?
I would have been pretty surprised.
Same here.
I know everybody said it, and I know the people with a lot of sources, and I know that the Seahawks wanted that information out there. I feel pretty confidently in that.
It was a poker play.
I think to some degree, so I understand your sentiment. You're right. I would not have wanted him, but I'm wondering if upstairs or wherever this war room is located in this facility, if they're a little bit bummed thinking thinking, boy, maybe Cleveland would have come back from 22 to 12, or maybe somebody else would have come back and they could possibly trade down, which I think still, and I listened to you, Wyman, earlier, I think we all believe is a very real play here now for the Seahawks to trade out of this 12th pick.
Man, trade down with who? New England was suggested with the 27th and the 31st pick. That'd be a nice package, wouldn't it?
And this is where it becomes maybe a little problematic to trade down, because this flurry of moves and all these people that made these moves, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, nabbed their guys. They targeted those difference makers, and I can't say this enough in talking to personnel people and scouts. This is where we get into now, a group from 10 to 25, that it's take your pick. Okay, best player available, well, they're all about a 93 or a 92 or a 91. There's not huge disparity.
Right.
There's different position groups, so what do you want? What are you after here?